Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Gracie D. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I'm doing great here in Nairobi, Kenya, the pride of Africa, and also what most people know as the home of safaris. Thank you so much to my returning subscribers. I really appreciate the love and support that you guys have shown me. We are road to 2,000 subscribers. I can't wait to get there. I'm so happy. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and share my videos. So guys, on today's episode, I went to do videos outside Nairobi County, that is in Kiambu County, and I decided to give you those a short road trip that I had from a town called Ruaka in Kiambu County. It's just a few minutes away from Nairobi City, Nairobi County. And we're going back to Nairobi, and I decided why not show you this side of Ruaka town and also this part of Kiambu County. So I used a public transport. Actually, from here to town, it only costed me 50 Kenyan shillings. That is from Ruaka to town. For those of you that have never heard of Ruaka or don't know Ruaka, it's a town in Kiambu County, Kenya. It's located northwest of Nairobi at the western end of the northern bypass along Limuru Road. It's a part of larger Nairobi metropolitan. Ruaka is 14 kilometers away from Nairobi. If you happen to use a taxi, you only use 15 minutes to drive to Ruaka. It also depends on how bad the traffic is. If it's in the morning, I think it will be a bit longer, or in the evening hours when people are going back home from work, it can take you close to 40 minutes. Just depends on how bad the traffic is. Also, along this road that where we are going to use is where we also have the greatest one of the greatest neighborhood here in Kenya, Runda, where most most politicians and most rich people live in Nairobi, Kenya. I wish one day I'll have a chance and maybe be in a position to do videos around that area, but it's also very strict and very hard. So as you can see, this is the road that we're using from Ruaka to Nairobi City. And also sometimes it's a little bit hard for you to be filming along this part, especially if you're on foot, because this is the area that we have most embassies here in Nairobi, and most of these areas are restricted. There is no photography. You're not supposed to be filming around these areas. I don't know why so many places, I find so many places in Africa restricted for you to film. I was just surprised. I was watching another YouTuber. Her name is Miss Trudy. She's also a travel vlogger. And I happened to see her, filming at the State House in Washington, D.C. And that is something you can do here in Kenya. I don't know. Tell me on the comment section, are you just allowed to film everywhere in your country as long as you're not compromising security or, safety of the citizens or people around that area? I don't know. Some parts that we have here in Nairobi are very hard to film because of security issues. At some point I understand, but yeah. So we are still on the way to town. That mall that you've seen there, it's called Roslyn Riviera, that we have just passed. It's a nice cool mall. Mostly that's a mall that rich people go here in Nairobi. I know even most people that don't live in Nairobi or people that live in outskirts of Nairobi have never been to that mall. I don't know why, but I understand. Before I started going to malls, I was always like, no, I can't go to a mall. They seem very expensive and kind of class or something, I would say that. But nowadays I just go anywhere. And you also, if you stopping yourself from going anywhere around this Nairobi, you should not, or maybe back in your country, you should explore, because as a citizen you have every right, especially in malls. You don't have to go there because you want to buy something or you want to do something or shopping. Just go and explore your city. One thing I like about this area is how green the area is. No matter how hot it is in Kenya, this area is always green and I just love it. I don't know if it's just me, but there's something with me and green areas that makes me feel at peace, you know. It just feels amazing, and that's why I really fell in love with Rwanda, because Rwanda is so green. If they had apartments just in the middle of this area, that would be the perfect place for me. Maybe not really like, you know, country places, just a place that's near to town and it's so green, with so many plants, surrounded with plants and trees. I just love it. Yeah, it's a cool area with fresh air. So from here is where mostly embassies start from. As you can see on the right, that is on my right, and that's an embassy over there. It's not allowed, you're not allowed to be filming or taking photographs around that area. Yeah, it's a bit complicated here when it comes to most photographs. Ruaka is easily accessible, very easy, as long as if you're in town, or maybe you're coming from Thika, but when you're in town, it's very easy to access Ruaka. Maybe you are coming from Thika, you can just alight at Ngara Fig Tree and then you cross over to the other side and you just ask around and they show you where to pick matatus to take you to Ruaka. If you're in town, you have to come to Koja. Is the easiest way to locate a matatu that's going to Ruaka. In Koja, you can use a matatu that's going to Karuri. You can use a matatu that's going to Banana, and also this other place that I'm forgetting. I don't know why I'm forgetting. Yeah, but it's very easy to access. I think the most that you can pay to Ruaka during a rush hour would be 70 Kenyan shillings. That is like 50 cents or 60 cents, if I'm not wrong, around there. So it's quite affordable. Even if maybe, let's say you're looking for apartments around this area, it's a nice place to live, especially if you don't have such a big family. But even if you have a big family, nowadays they have like 3 bedrooms apartments in Ruaka, 2 bedrooms apartments, very spacious. And the area, since Two Rivers opened, the area has been growing very fast. And the fact that this town is very close to embassies, the apartments there are kind of in the higher middle class range, because you find like a nice 1 bedroom in Ruaka would cost you like 25,000 Kenyan shillings. That's around 199 or so, or $200. 2 bedroom would cost you around 35 to 50,000. It just depends on what kind of apartment that you're looking for. But the good thing with Ruaka is that they have most of the apartments that they have around that range, they are modern apartments, because the area is still developing and they are building new modern apartments, and that's amazing. As you see along this part, I think they are trying to expand the road. I'm not sure, but I think that is what they are trying to do, because I feel like this road is very narrow, and that's why maybe there is always so much traffic during a rush hour, morning hours, or in the evening when people are coming out of work going back home. And that would be great. I just can't wait to see how it's going to be and how it's going to change the area. So when you're coming from Ruaka to town, you mostly happen to pass through Parklands. And now this is Parklands. Parklands is another neighborhood in Nairobi city, whereby is a place for middle high class Kenyans. In most people that you find around these areas, we have Indians, so many Indians around this area. I don't know what is it is that they like so much about Parklands. But it's such a nice neighborhood, very safe and secure. Yeah, it's a nice place if you visit in Kenya and you're like, I don't know which area that I should get an Airbnb. But if you get Airbnb or apartments to rent around Parklands, that would be amazing. But then again, the price is like, I would say that for a 1-bedroom furnished apartment or serviced apartment would go for like maybe $1,300 US, or maybe 1,000 if you are lucky. That is 1,000 in US dollars. But it's such a nice area and neighborhood to live in.
Try to ask you why, but you never say a thing. Won't you hold me tight? I feel I'm gonna bleed. And even though your eyes will not talk about me, I feel like I have changed since you decide to leave. But won't you hold me tight again? No, 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 no. 'Cause I know when I close my eyes, you're somewhere else. Surrounded by the emotions that you never let me breathe. How to find something else inside the world that bleeds. Whenever it gets cold, I know you're warm into his arms. Whenever it gets warm, you know I'm thinking back when I was talking alone. No one would hear a thing. Yes, I was driving alone. No one to understand me. But won't you hold me tight again? No, 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 no. 'Cause I know when I close my eyes, you're somewhere else. Yes, I know when I close my eyes. Yes, I know when I close my eyes. Yes, I know when I close my eyes, you're somewhere else.
As you've seen, guys, Parklands is just a few minutes drive to Nairobi city. Some people even walk from Parklands town or town to Parklands. This was around 4, so it was still early for traffic. That's why the roads are a bit clear. There's no traffic going to town, and it was amazing. It's always very enjoyable when you're going to town and there's no traffic. You don't have to sit stuck in traffic in a matatu.
sit by these trees. Let yourself feel what you feel. When you feel these things in life, it's okay to cry.
So guys, that's gonna be the end of today's episode. If you watched this video and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you watched the video and you haven't liked this video, please consider leaving a like. Don't forget to comment, share with your friends and family. Stay tuned. The next episode will be a tour to the biggest mall in East Africa, to Rivers Mall. So turn on your notification bell and let's wait for the next episode that you really are going to enjoy and love.